So, folks, welcome aboard. It's John Duffin here from Duffin Media. Welcome back to another episode of Your Message Received. We're going to get this right. Welcome back to another episode of Your Monday Motivation. See, we're all fried up here. We wanted to come on. First off, I got my partner here, Chad Levine, and this is not Your Message Received. It's Your Monday Motivation. So we wanted to just pop on real fast because the fact of the matter is, obviously, we're honoring Martin Luther King Day, and we know it's a day of service. But the fact of the matter is, we also want to keep some momentum going as well, too. Hey, Chad, thanks for letting me work out these kinks in terms of not having this as an optimum. But we are here, brother, and it's always good to see you. Welcome back, man.
You too, buddy. I think your message received is fine. It's all relevant.
Well, I'll say. And the fact is, back to our superstar coaching and superstar lender, that's pretty damn relevant too.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, it is great to see everybody. We are literally, as I said again, at your service here. So the fact of the matter is, we do have a format. We do have a script. Last week, for those who were watching, we had ended the program with a couple of to-dos. One of these things is, look, we know it's January. We know there is a ton of momentum. And the fact of the matter is, this is where it's like, we got to keep moving. That urgency that people talk about, at least for us, is so real. And so waiting is just not working. So one of the reasons it was important, even just to be on today, is simply because it's like, we want to keep momentum going for us, and then driving that message home for all of you. So the fact is, point blank, one of the things that we're looking to do is hold ourselves accountable as a reminder. So number one of the things that I will speak on, and Chad, happy for you to take the wheel here too, is in terms of our overall sense of accountability and pillars. It was important for me to reach out to a number of people to make certain that they knew where I was coming from, the matter at hand, the business opportunities that are there. Chad Levine, how was your week last week?
It was good. I mean, again, if we're looking back on how we're doing compared to the plan we're setting forth, I am still getting destroyed. The days are absolutely making me their bitch. I'm getting owned by the day. I'm not owning the day at all. It's definitely something that's part of my plan for the new year. When you're trying to accomplish so many things, efficiency is key. And I'll tell you where my biggest problem, John, is that phone. I have a tendency to always pick up, and I can't cut people off. I've got to be able to answer the call in a way that I feel satisfied, because if you cut someone off too soon and they know it, you're in trouble. So that's kind of where my focus is. That's not the purpose of today's show, but the answer is, I know like we're going to do a checkup every week. So the answer is, I'm a work in progress.
Me too. And ain't we all? So for the matter at hand for today, where would you like to head, sir?
So today's all about perception. John and I have deep dive talks about where we want to take these shows.
Yep.
And perception means a lot to us. We do have to pay homage to Dr. Martin Luther King, and mad respect for the things he did on so many levels, not just for one race, but for everyone, and opening their eyes and really getting them to understand things. And man, the guy just knew how to do it right. He just knew how to do it right. And, for everyone celebrating him today, we want to just show you guys love and respect out there. So as far as today, it's perception. Perception is an art. And again, I'm not the Wikipedia here. I'm not going to give you the exact definition, but let me give you my perception on what perception means. How does that sound? So to me, perception is the lens through which people are looking at you, right? That's how I view perception. And perception can be controlled by you. And what we want to talk about today is managing multiple perceptions, managing your own perception of yourself, managing someone else's perception of you, but identifying whose perceptions matter and what you take from them to make you better or I should say, to be productive for you, because that's extremely, extremely important. So that's today's show theme, John.
To me, I love every bit of that. Now, I'm going to pop a quote up on there, and then we could do the 2-minute timer in regards to the way that we're looking at things. So right now,
guys,
folks,
John is produced. Duffin Media is going real time on this production.
Right. So, folks, the quote that we are going to riff on with the 2-minute timer and all that sort of thing, keeping the themes intact, will be this. Look, everybody was entitled to their own opinion in the past, but not their own facts. It's just not the case anymore, though. Facts matter not at all. Perception is everything. This is from Stephen Colbert, folks. And to me, it's one of these things
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth? Now, if I do this right, I am now about to do this, which is literally we are going to hop to a 2-minute timer. Boom, boom, boom. I'm running the 2-minute timer, and apparently I am not running it perfectly, but the fact of the matter
John,
is
screw the 2-minute timer. Just do your thing, bro.
Do it. All right. So to me, what we're looking at here is, in terms of perception, is a combination of clarity, yours, and then how are you driving that toward your clients, your audience? Because the fact of the matter is, so often in the past for me, I would hold it against the clients or the audience if they weren't understanding what my message was, or they weren't understanding what I did, which is insane when you think about that. Pushing that back like it's their problem. For myself, as I keep realizing, it's my issue to own. So I'll give you an example. In regards to my own perception of reality, I have been posting content for 3 years, and I have put a lot of time, effort, and money, point blank, in terms of driving messages home. So recently, someone had shared with me even something like that they were still unclear on exactly what I do. Now, I could get all huffy and act as if, aren't you getting this, which is an absolute waste of time and resources. So the perception to me is so important, is to be really point blank clear in terms of what I do. My messaging, whether it is the curation of courses that I deliver, that I have written and customized. I've had 2 people say to me when I've delivered those courses, full created courses, oh, I didn't realize you did that. Well, again, that's on me. Executive coaching, the clients that I serve, the clients that I'm capable of serving. The fact of the matter is, and that's also on me to make certain that you know that's how I help people and that's how I get my message received. Hey, folks, that's my 2-minute timer. If you heard that. So anyway, my thought is get damn clear, help change people's perception. That's the fact. And that's when business moves.
Look, to me, it's a powerful word, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's why we brought it up today. Because perception, if you're using strategy, you should be in control of other people's perception of you, right? That's the key. Self-perception's big because it's going to dictate how motivated you are and how productive you can be. But also understanding how you want others to perceive you, right? And how you do things to alter or change or control that perception is extremely important. It really is. And let's give real world examples. John just gave one. He got naked for us. He told us flat out, he's not giving off the perception he wants others to have of him in a professional way, because John is an extremely experienced, high-level coach who, with the right, given the right, opportunities, can really alter the course of a lot of people's lives. You really can. And you have the ability to do that firsthand.
Right.
The key is, how do we get other people to perceive that of you, right? And it's the same thing with me. The reason I chose my brand is because of one thing. I want people to perceive higher level. When you think of the word superstar, you should think of one thing: expecting the best. That is my motto. That's what I do. That's what I deliver. And that's my differentiation. My differentiation is if I fail to deliver the best possible experience for everyone involved, then I'm not upholding to the perception I want you to have. And me wanting you to have that perception drives me. It drives me in everything I'm doing, right? And this is the key, John. The key is, how do you balance the perception of yourself with the perception of others and create the right ingredients for yourself? That's the key. Because let's be totally honest, perceptions can put you down a dark hole. If everyone thinks you suck, right? Or you're showing them that you suck, that's going to then change your mindset, because you're thinking, what do they think of me? What's their viewpoint? What are they looking at me as? And then all of a sudden, everything goes to shit, right?
It's so true. And the fact of the matter is, it's confidence, mindset, delivery, results. All of that are in terms of changing perception, driving that sense of, you can't serve a client. You cannot. Oh my God, there's Bruno. Happy MLK Day to you too, man. Thank you,
Bruno. Talk about perception, man.
God love you, Bruno. And look, who is a social media guru. And folks, you should be following Bruno Marcinkowski and Stacy, the Dream Team One. You really should be following them, because they are absolute. They are so good in regards to conveying a specific message. So the reason it's so important to alter perception, to me, just to me, and Chad, you said it, if you're not conveying that message, you're not delivering. Well, the truth is, you can't deliver if someone's perception is wrong. You're chasing down the wrong objections. You cannot meet somebody at a place where you can really help them if A, they don't know what the hell it is to do, or B, you're not conveying how that helps them. And that's why I believe this old adage, perception is everything. So what do you do? Okay, so now we know that. So what the hell do you do at this point? And I'll take a stab. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Like, for me this week, what is my own assignment is this. Position pieces to me are extremely helpful. Making contacts, having conversations. You talked about the phone working against you. Outgoing phone calls don't work against you, really. Incoming phone calls can. So it's the number of outgoing communications. But I also believe, point blank too, that people like a short position piece on exactly the pillars that I coach on, the experience that I've had, the courses that are in place, how it specifically helps an individual or a company. And forgive all the salesy stuff. I don't mean that to be, but it's a matter of identifying what you do and how you can help. So rather than your videos are really fun, or the energy is really fun, or
they call that the value proposition, right, John?
Right. So for me, and I would encourage everybody, have your own ready. A specific, easy to digest, one sheet, something. Reading term papers are great, but no one's going to read them. At this point, if your perception is off, no one is going to read a book as to how you can help. So what could you quickly do? For me, create a position piece, point blank. That's what I'll be doing to make certain. Oh, and as I become a really big believer from the coaches, from the results, what have you, is creating is no good if you're not getting it to people. So to me, anything I do, when I say create, this is for me. Take for what you want. Anything that I do, that I create, has to be followed by an action, coupled with an action. So for myself, it's create the position piece and same action, get it to, and I'll just say the word out loud, to 25 people this coming week.
I love that. That's a good
25
nugget, John.
companies, 5 a day will have that piece. And then it's a case of, oh, that's what the hell he does. Oh,
John,
and then
that
we can
makes a
change
lot
the
of
perception.
sense. That makes
right?
a lot of sense.
So
That makes a lot of sense to me.
it's like we both have the privilege of having a lot of really great people around us. And the feedback that you can get, I try not to be defensive like I used to be. The fact of the matter is, oh, that made me sad. You didn't understand what it was. Or, oh, that made me sad. The emotions part you have to take out. And I'm really thin-skinned by nature. So the truth of the matter is, it's not easy, but it's imperative that you get the emotions out. Okay, how do I change perception? How do I make this go? How do I correct what their reality is to bring it to a point where our realities match?
I can dig that.
Right?
I can dig that. I think I'm going to make it even more. I'm going to break it down to something even more simple, which is how you control your social media. Right? That's actually, and if I'm reading Stephen Colbert's quote.
Right.
To me, it is social media. Facts mean nothing. Perception's everything. Isn't that the world we live in now?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And in reality, it's like, okay, so the things you're posting about and the things you're commenting on is going to create a perception, right?
Yeah.
And think about that. Like, to me, the best advice I can give is approach your social media just as you'd want to be perceived in the real professional environment. I mean, I'm not going to lie, and people probably know this about me. I am very strategic in how I approach even my personal postings because I am very conscious of the perception I'm giving off. I really am. And things have changed for me a lot over the past couple of years because I used to be very willy-nilly about it. I used to just say, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to post my opinion. Yeah, unfortunately, it does matter. Unfortunately, it does matter.
It really matters.
And you may or may not think you're a celebrity with a following that's paid by a broadcasting network, and you might lose your sponsors. But trust me, if your currency are your followers and you're measuring those things, by the likes and impressions you get, you better be damn sure you pay attention to what you're posting and how you're posting and what you're doing, even liking. This is crazy, John. Think about this. You know that there are people that, when they are interested in events, it'll actually show up on their page so their followers and their friends can see the events they're interested in.
Interesting. Right.
Think about that. Like, you might be interested in an event that literally people might look at you and say, oh,
weird.
You're interested in that? Like, you want to go to that Trump dunk contest
or whatever. Right. Or it's, drink till you pass out night at you know what I mean, Happy Saloon, and you're, oh, I'm interested.
No, but the point is, we're helping you. And it's funny because the common term today is they call it reputation management, right? So there's companies out there that specialize in your reputation management, and by definition, your reputation management is any place people can see you. Any place people can see you online. They're specifically referring to your testimonials and your reviews. But any place people can see you online has the potential to be good or bad.
Oh my gosh.
And these companies out there specialize in that and get paid for it. But you don't need the companies. You just have to start looking at your social media as a network. Okay. You're the director of your own television series.
Exactly. So I see a post today, which I'm loving, by the way. I'm loving in terms of specifics. And the post says, right? And I quote, "When you look back, comma, will you be proud? Question mark." See, to me, I love the sense the question leads to a perception, which leads to that superstar mentality, which is Chad Levine's signature brand. And so from the coaching vantage point, from the money vantage point, the superstar levels above, that's, to me, a very specific example of how you live what you say.
Yeah. And that's the key. I mean, that really is the key. And I got to tell you, no matter what, when everyone's trying to find, look, John, let's call a spade, right? right?
Okay.
Everyone tries to find a path that
Mhm.
gives two things, right?
Right.
Financial
Mhm.
success
Mhm.
and contentment within,
Uh,
meaning the
mhm.
ability to know that you're putting
Mhm.
food on the table, you put
Right.
clothing on your back, and
Mhm.
your bills are going to be paid for. I
Yeah.
think at this age, we can both agree, John, that
Mhm.
I don't give a shit about being rich. I really
Mhm.
don't. I care
Mhm.
about being comfortable. You want to
Mhm.
go to bed, going to sleep, knowing that you and the people you
Mhm.
love are taken care of, right? That's
You just
that's it.
added the key. And the people you love. See,
And
to
the
me,
people
that's
you
the
love.
hook. That
Yeah.
it's not a singular thing. That service is the people around. Who are you helping? And that, to me, that sense of contentment, that sense of fulfillment, that's where it drives from. So if your perception is off from other things, you sabotage that too, because you're turning it into a personal satisfy me thing. Oh, my perception's off. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that you added that. That's, to me, just,
Yeah.
it's not just beautiful, it's how you succeed.
Yeah.
Point blank, a superstar mentality is that sense of fulfillment and success.
And understanding the impact perception has, right?
Right.
I think
Right.
that's our biggest message today.
Mhm.
Our biggest message is don't undervalue the importance of perception, right?
Exactly.
Don't undervalue it, because at the end of the day, guys,
Mhm.
that perception, your perception,
Mhm.
your family's perception, your client's perception,
Mhm.
your friend's perception,
Mhm.
it's all this huge pool of
Mhm.
perception, right? And you're going to pull things from that pool of perception
Mhm. Mhm.
and realize that you can either make the cocktail or you can
Mhm.
drown in it.
Yeah, yeah. And last, I'll end this. We're all looking at this sense of urgency, speed, acceleration, what have you. I am, at least. I'll speak for me. You don't help yourself if your perception is offline. You just don't.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, how do you change the perception? Listen to it. You're making your own decisions. Perception is not decisions. You make your own decisions, but listen to this. And most importantly, then do something about it. Feel
Yeah.
bad is not doing something. Being angry is not doing something. Fix it. Go to the mindset that we both, Chad and I both preach on. Go to the mindset, get clear on what the hell the message is supposed to be, what exactly your capabilities are, and then do yourself a solid and make certain that you're driving that message so that you can change the perception and move faster.
And John, you said one other important thing is
Huh.
that the impact action has on perception, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think is really, really important.
Mhm.
If you want someone to recognize you as a
Mhm.
hardworking,
Mhm.
generous, good person, like
Mhm.
that's the key. If you want the perception of X,
Mhm.
it's how do you get there? And
Mhm.
and really don't underscore the impact of what everyone. When you don't think people are paying attention, they are. When
Oh,
you don't think people
yep.
are seeing what you're doing, they are.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if you have a bad day and you decide to go on a rant on Facebook,
Mhm.
it's hard to recover from that.
And listen, it's the nice people that are letting you know that
Yeah.
there's a problem. Think of all the people that don't care enough to bother to let you know. So
Yeah.
when you go on that rant and the majority of people are just tuning out. They're not letting you know, oh, I'm not sure if that was a good thing. That's why for me, these Monday morning programs are so critical. I get to check in directly with superstar coach and superstar lender Chad Levine, and that to me guides me in terms of how do I address and correct perception. Folks, that's what we're doing here today. It's just to help you all get that sense of, get a little more clear, because we're damn well in your corner. That's what this is. We are very much in your corner and looking for you to succeed. So if anything, that's my message today, is we are clearly here to help and want to do so.
Yeah, and I think my message is you determine your perception of yourself and the perception others others have of you. So think about it going forward, how you want people to perceive you,
Exactly.
and start acting accordingly.
and acting accordingly. I love it. Anything else you want to say, partner? I think we did damn good, man. Playing around, like I said, with tech on the fly, and I think we did damn well. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Your Monday Motivation, which is, Chad Levine,
your weekly kick in the arse.
Boom. I already feel better. I already feel more motivated. I actually felt that kick. All right, brother. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Chad Levine, I love you. Have a great day, all. Be well.
Thank you very much. Peace.
Bye.